something in the woods. Ah! Get! I got no clue what he sees, but something up the road has got his attention.
Living life on the road can be exciting and freeing, but it also comes with its challenges. Constantly searching for new places to stay, never fully knowing your surroundings, and sometimes finding yourself in situations where things don't feel right. In this video, a van lifer finds herself in exactly that position, forced to make a decision that could have put her at risk if she ignored her instincts. She begins by explaining how she had been camping with friends, planning to stay an extra day while the others were set to leave. But as they were packing up, one of her friends had a bad encounter on the way out, something serious enough to completely change her plans.
So I am trying to get myself all packed up here because I'm leaving this campsite basically because I do not feel safe. So friends and I got here Friday and spent Friday night and Saturday night here out in the desert. And for the long weekend, I was planning on staying another day. Friends are leaving today, but I wanted to stay an extra day because it is raining on the coast, actually maybe 2 or 3 days. But one of our friends left this morning, and as he was driving out, he said there was another camper down the road that was just kind of belligerent, incoherent in a way, yelling and swearing at him and kind of not in the right state of mind. And you know, he's only camping a couple hundred yards down from me, so I certainly don't want to be here alone, and I'm gonna have to find somewhere else to go tonight. So I'm just gonna pack up. The last of my friends are packing up as well, so we're gonna head out together. And then once we get to the main road and we know we're past this camper that's concerning, I'm gonna go to my destination and they're gonna head to their home. So I think I'm gonna head somewhere that I've never been before. It's very well known for the nomad lifestyle. It's called Bombay Beach at the Salton Sea. And it's kind of got, if you've heard of Slab City, I think it's kind of got that vibe, but it's got a lot of nomads there, some art installations on the beach and everything, and you can stay there. There's people that own the land, but they've opened it up for people like myself to camp at for free. So I've always wanted to check it out, and so that's where I plan to head today.
Suddenly, staying behind alone no longer felt like an option. Trusting her gut, she packed up and left with them, knowing it was the safer decision. She had another campsite in mind and set off, hoping for a more peaceful spot. When she arrived near the beach, something immediately felt off.
I'm not sure if this scene is my vibe. I think like the way to feel welcome is to get out of your vehicle and go around and walk around and meet people, but with my wheelchair, that's just not happening with this sand, even though it's kind of hard packed on the roads. Like just getting to some of the art installations, it's not really going to be easy at all. Yeah, I kind of just feel like I'm glad I came to check it out and see what it's all about, but I don't know if I'm going to stay here. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to keep driving around, look at some of the art, and then kind of make a decision from there. Yuck. Looks like somebody left a bunch of bottles of pee there. That's sad. Why would people do that? Just ruins it all. So according to iOverlander, this is like the designated area where you can park up. And it looks like there's a couple people that are like grouped together. And I could park here, but yeah, there's not a lot of space or privacy. So I think, yeah, I'm gonna just keep going down the road instead of feeling kind of out of place here, or you know, it's not like I don't feel welcome, but it would be a lot different if I knew somebody else or was with somebody else and could go explore easily and meet people. But yeah, it's okay. Totally cool place to come and visit and see. But as far as staying here, I think I'm gonna go find somewhere else. So I'm at this camp spot that was just 10 minutes down the road from Bombay Beach. But there's lots of empty spots, but there's only one person here. There's a car here, and like, I don't know, the windows are smashed out. It is full of stuff, and they're the only one here. And it's pretty remote here, I guess. Like, there's a highway there, but the campground itself is pretty remote. And so again, I'm not really feeling the vibe here, and it's not even really close to the water. So I'm gonna continue down the road again and see if I can find another spot to sleep. So yeah, there's just a little primitive campground here. I think it's $10 a night, but I'm really far from the water. And like I said, I'm not feeling the vibe that there's just one other person here. I'm sure that, they could be a perfectly wonderful person, but I'm just not feeling the vibes here. So on we go.
The area didn't sit right with her, so without hesitating too long, she moved on again, driving further until she found another location. But even there, things didn't improve. The place was remote, quiet, too quiet, with only one car parked nearby, its windows smashed. It didn't feel safe, and once again that sense of unease pushed her to leave. Refusing to ignore that feeling, she kept driving until she eventually found another campsite, this time with other campers nearby. It wasn't perfect, but it felt safer than being completely alone. The rest of the day went smoothly. She met another camper, had a friendly interaction, and for the first time that day, things felt normal again. But the experience stuck with her, because sometimes it's not about what you see, it's about what you feel. And in situations like this, knowing when to leave can make all the difference. An avid outdoorsman, known for documenting his camping and hiking trips, set out for what he expected to be a normal night in the woods. But what he experienced instead left him fearing for his safety. The video begins with him walking through the darkness, camera in hand, surrounded by the quiet of the forest. But something quickly catches his attention. Smoke.
Hey guys, I never film when I start walking in because I have too much stuff to carry and through some bad stuff. But I got up to this point, my camera wasn't on, it was all put up. I've been smelling smoke. I've been smelling smoke for probably the last 10 minutes. I got up here. I'm gonna leave my stuff down here. Off running beside that tree right there and went back that way, and I heard him for the longest going out that way. He has built a fire pit. See, here's the cabin. Doors open. There's one of those solar light driveway lights that they put in. The fire looks like it's been going for a couple hours at least. Fresh wood on it. That wood hasn't even caught on yet. That fire has been going for a good bit.
As he moves closer, he comes across an abandoned campsite. A fire still burning, fresh enough to suggest someone had only just been there. The entire scene felt wrong, like he had just missed someone. And then he saw it. A figure, running. Whoever had been there had left in a hurry, disappearing into the woods the moment he approached.
So this guy, sorry, I'm just kind of on edge right now. This guy didn't even want to talk. I told him not to run. I mean, he got up as soon as my light shone. See, there's a drop down there, and you can't see no lights down into the gully, the ravine. As soon as I come up, which he should have seen me before I got to that point, though, because my light should have been up in, but this smoke, and I don't know what he was doing. I got, and I smelled the smoke 10 minutes before. That was ways away. And I know there's no camping out here or nothing. So I'm thinking, is the cabin on fire? So I'm walking through there and I start seeing a glow. You know, a fire, a glow. And I'm walking up that hill, walking up from the ravine. And I get up and I see the light glaring right off of him. Saw him real good. And I shined my light right toward him. And I remember I wasn't going to shine it in his face to be rude, so I shined it more down in the center section. And he was like deer in headlights. It was like he didn't know what to do. And he just jumped up and just took off this way. And he went right by that tree right there, just plowing.
The fire continued to burn, and strange items were scattered around the camp. He began looking closer, trying to piece together what had happened, determined to understand why someone would run like that. Later, as he sat down explaining the situation, the atmosphere shifted. Footsteps, faint at first, but unmistakable.
I heard something a few minutes ago back that way. But it just stopped. Could have been a deer.
They circled around him just out of sight, feeding into the growing feeling that he was being watched. One question kept repeating in his mind. Why did that man run? But before he could make sense of it, things escalated. Gunfire. Loud, sudden, and far too close. This didn't sound like a distant hunter. It felt targeted, deliberate. Instinct took over as he dropped to the ground, staying as still as possible, unsure of what was happening or who might be out there. Silence followed, but it wasn't comforting. He sat frozen, trying to process everything, knowing one thing for certain: he wasn't safe.
Somebody shot. Sounded like a low caliber pistol, 22. I didn't hear nothing hit around here, but it was close. It was very close. I thought I was getting shot.
After hours of tension and now gunfire, the decision was clear. He needed to leave, and he did. But whatever happened out there that night stayed with him. A reminder that sometimes in the woods, you're not just passing through, you're being watched. Connor is always pushing himself outdoors, taking on new challenges in the wilderness. But this particular video pushed him further than expected. His goal was to stealth camp overnight in a forest near Thunder Bay Airport, an unusual and risky location from the start.
Okay. Oh, it's just non-stop cars. Oh, it's not moving. I got my jacket on. You won't see what I am. If I just stand like this, you won't see me. You won't see me. Okay. Let's go further in. Okay. Now we're a little further in here. I think, shit, a lot of these trees are small. They look better from the road. And it's a little smooth, perfect. Oh, fuck. What's all that? Well, that's a fun surprise. Syringes everywhere. Hello? Oh, fuck. Great. I'm gonna hope that it just means somebody fucking shot up before getting on a plane. And that nobody's actually living here. Fuck. So.
He made his way deep into the forest, though the constant noise of traffic and aircraft never fully disappeared. Early on, he came across something unsettling: a bag filled with needles. It was a clear sign that he might not be alone out there. Despite that, he continued setting up his camp. But the atmosphere felt different. There was a constant sense that something wasn't right, like he was being watched.
Best case scenario, nobody comes and bugs me. Or I guess worst case scenario, a bear eats me. Or a crackhead, one or the other. I swear I heard a coyote or something. Up here could be a wolf. fast asleep, holding on to my mace just in case. Not really worried about the animals though. I feel between the highway right there and the sound of the planes will keep them away. So, unless something interesting happens, I'll see you in the morning.
As night fell, things only became more intense. The sounds around him grew louder, a mix of distant traffic, planes overhead, and something else. Something in the woods. Suddenly, in the middle of the night, a noise nearby jolted him awake.
There's something in the woods. Get! Security. And there's something in the woods. I'm trying to scare rid of it away. Get. Hope it's not a porcupine, that would have hurt. My heart rate's way up. Oh, fuck. There's a train. It's starting to... There's a slight smell of fox in the air now. So I'm actually starting to think it was a fox. Whew, yeah.
Startled, he shouted out into the darkness, hoping to scare whatever it was away. But the tension didn't fade. Later, around 3 a.m., alarms began echoing from the nearby airport, adding to the already overwhelming atmosphere.
It's like 3:11, there's car alarms going off from the parking area. People are starting to arrive, so get ready for their flights. So it is time for me to pack up. Whoa, it's chilly.
Still, he stayed. Determined to complete the challenge, he pushed through until morning. By 6 a.m., he packed up and left, having successfully completed the camp, but not without feeling the weight of everything around him. Because sometimes, it's not just the wilderness you have to worry about. It's what might already be out there with you. Kenny, based in Minnesota, is known for his truck camping adventures alongside his loyal dog, Toby. Together, they've spent years exploring the outdoors. But even with all that experience, there are moments that can't be explained. On this trip, Kenny arrived at a campsite deep within the hilly woods. With no other cars around, he took a quick look around and decided it was the perfect spot to settle in for the weekend.
I think we're gonna stop here first, walk up there and see if there's anybody home. You gotta stay, okay? I first found this spot probably 10 years ago, and that summer there was a car up here for a couple of months straight. I think it probably broke down or they were just squatting up here. We're not too far out of town, so sometimes the people that come out here, they're not out here to camp, they're looking for a place to stay. I found a couple of different trash sites in this woods. It doesn't look like there's gonna be anybody here. And I know it's not like big, beautiful views or anything, but we've got bodies of water on both sides of me. I brought the bike with. There's some beautiful trails in this woods. We're gonna call this home for the weekend, but first, I need to get the truck up here. You're being a good boy, Toby.
He set up camp, built a fire, and spent the evening enjoying the peace and quiet. The first night passed exactly how he hoped, calm and uneventful. But the next day was different. While walking along a nearby trail with Toby, something changed.
I've been hearing the beeping of big trucks this morning, so I'm sure that they're inside those cuttings working. Not sure if I'll get in with the bike or not. This lake is so beautiful. What is it? What, Toby? Come on. I got no clue what he sees, but something up the road has got his attention. What's going on, Toby? He always sticks by my side. I have no idea what he sees up there, but maybe we won't go that way. We'll go back. Come on, Toby. Yeah, he don't like it over there. Okay, we're not going that way. I have no clue what's got him freaked out. I'm not going to go over there with the bike either. Not after that. No, he wants to go right back to the camper. That was weird. Want to get up in your chair? Come on. Weird. I've never had him act like that before. You go down?
Toby suddenly became tense, stopping repeatedly and refusing to move forward. This wasn't normal behavior. His body language said everything. Something ahead wasn't right. Kenny didn't question it. Years of experience had taught him to trust that instinct, especially when it came from his dog. Without pushing further, he turned around and headed back. Later, he sent up his drone to investigate the area from above, hoping to spot anything unusual. But despite searching, he found nothing. Still, that didn't mean nothing was there. The forest was vast, and whatever had unsettled Toby could have been anywhere. The rest of their trip went by without issue, but the moment stayed with him, because sometimes the only warning you get is a feeling, and ignoring it isn't worth the risk. Paul is known for pushing limits, taking on risky stealth camping challenges in unusual locations. In this video, his goal was simple: spend the night on a billboard. He set out in the dead of night, with cars constantly passing below. Despite the risk, he climbed up, even passing warning signs, determined to complete the challenge.
We've got a brand new billboard and it's just had its railings put up, and that is where we're going to be setting up the tent later on tonight. Well, it's just turning 9 o'clock now and the temperatures have already plummeted to 1 degree, so I've got the hat on, I've got my furballs and my gloves. The only problem we've got tonight is the billboard where we're going to be. There's a wall in front of it, it's about 10 foot, so what we're going to do, we're going to wait for a quiet spot here now, go over the road, climb up there, throw the bag on and get ourselves on there. This is where we climbed up from the pavement onto this wall. I pulled myself up onto here and I managed to get through this gap. This place is that new, it's even got the sign here saying do not use without an inspection record. The board hasn't even been switched on yet. Across the road here is Dave's Aquarium and it's closed down at the minute. It's an empty building. And here's a look round.
Once at the top, he set up his camp. The noise of traffic never stopped, making it hard to fully relax. But he continued on, cooking food and trying to settle into the night. Eventually, he prepared his bed ready to get some rest. But that's when things started to feel off.
Somebody just at the side of this porta cabin here. Look, he's over there, burning the fire, look. See? He's got a fire burning. Look. Ambulance over there. Yeah, he's burning fires, look, he's throwing them about the yard. There's the guy. That's that guy. That is the guy what's just been in this yard. No way.
He noticed someone below. A man who didn't seem to belong there. The way he lingered, combined with emergency vehicles passing by, created a growing sense of unease. Time passed, and although he eventually managed to fall asleep, it wasn't peaceful. Throughout the night, he was woken multiple times by shouting and swearing from below, the tension never fully leaving.
Well, what a rough sleep that was last night. Loads going on out there, honestly. Got woke up a few times off people shouting and swearing, and it sounded like they were right outside my tent. Now traffic is proper busy out there.
By morning, he'd had enough. He packed up quickly and left, relieved to get out without being caught or confronted. Because sometimes it's not the challenge itself that's dangerous. It's the people around it. Those were some of the most disturbing camping encounters caught on camera. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and stick around for more videos like this. Because trust me, it only gets creepier from here.